Well, it has been a month since our own earthquake jolted Napa awake in the middle of the night, causing significant devastation. But what would have happened if that earthquake struck in the middle of the day when the kids were in school, like they were in Alaska? In Napa, inspectors found out soon after the ground shook, and what they found in the classrooms may give all administrators, parents, cause for concern. In tonight's Class Action, lessons learned from the Napa quake.
I know it's very scary, okay? But I need you to take it. I know.
Lives and landmarks were forever altered early that Sunday morning.
It seemed like it was an earthquake. All the power went out.
Do you see flames?
I just need somebody to come here.
In the city of Napa, fires erupted, streets buckled, and old facades downtown crumbled.
The lights are completely off, and I was woken up by a big explosion.
We had an earthquake. Is anyone injured there?
But just a mile away, the historic Napa High School sustained no structural damage, even though it was built in the 1920s. It turns out, despite the earth roaring, none of Napa Valley Unified's 30 schools suffered any structural damage.
That's the real testament to how well schools are built. But what was dramatic and what was hard to see was the contents, what happened inside those classrooms.
These still photos taken inside Napa Valley schools show debris littered across the classroom floors. A daunting cleanup, to be sure, but also, some experts say, an alarming indicator of troubling problems. Overhead lights fell to the floor.
Some of them were not built the way that they were designed.
Bookshelves toppled and blocked exits.
You want to leave quickly and suddenly a bookcase falls and blocks the exit.
A file cabinet lurched forward onto desks.
It was pretty telling, pretty dramatic.
Mark Quattrocchi is an architect who works with the Napa Valley Unified School District. He was one of 9 inspectors who walked through schools after the earthquake.
We have bookcases, teacher cabinets, upper cabinets. We saw a number of those that fell off because they weren't at all or properly braced to the walls. In some cases, they would have, no question, they would have fallen and injured a student if it hit them. At Pueblo Vista Elementary School, the biggest potential danger came from above.
When I walked into the first couple of classrooms, I realized that what we had was a complete failure with the suspension system of the light fixtures themselves.
The lights in 13 classrooms have been removed for safety. Wires still hang from the ceiling, and 4 weeks after the quake, only windows provide light for learning.
The projector was hanging here. We simply went up.
Some projectors have been removed too. The 2-bolt attachment at the ceiling wasn't enough to keep them in place. And yet in another room, the projector, held up by 6 bolts, remains safe and is still in use.
It's a learning lesson, I think, for us and would recommend to all school districts that they talk with their inspectors.
As Napa Valley Unified and school districts across the Bay Area grapple with the repercussions of the quake, one simple truth remains.
We were so lucky. This happened at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. And let's not lose the gift that that's given us.
In fact, we were very lucky. As things stand right now, any cabinet less than 6 feet tall that's brought into a classroom technically doesn't have to be bolted. The state does recommend they be secured, but it's not required. And right now, there's also no safety zone around class exits either. But the photos that you just saw raise the question as to why and what happens when the next earthquake hits. Napa Valley Unified now says it is considering a safety zone around its exits. We'll keep you posted as to what happens.